How you doing? This is Melvin Brown, and welcome back to the Hoodoo Show. Okay, now today is not going to be a topic. Today will be another fucking story time. Okay, so remember I did a video months and months and months ago. No, fuck that. Not even months ago. A year ago, talking about my client is a savage. Here's a update of what happened. So, a year ago, my client calls me. Melvin, I need help. I'm like, what's the problem, baby girl? She's like, Melvin, listen, I'm in a love triangle. I need your help. I'm like, oh my God. Now, remind you, this is my first case I ever took on YouTube. This was my first case ever. So I said, tell me the story. What is this love triangle? I already know it's somebody else's picture, but tell me what's taking place. All right, Melvin, listen. I found somebody and I love him to death. And Melvin, is there anything you can do? So I said, okay, let me ask you this question before we start this case. She said, what's up? I'm like, all right, do you suffer with mental illness? She said, no. I want what I want. I said, okay, so tell me some more things. Why you don't want to be with your boyfriend? She said, Melvin, look, listen, my boyfriend is very abusive. He hound on me. I can't go out. I can't even go out and smoke a cigarette if I want to. He's always watching me, watching my cell phone. I just have a full-blown stalker. And I said, okay, same old stuff. She said, Melvin, I don't want to. Melvin, I got to tell you this too. I'm like, what? He also got a little dick. I'm like, okay, you sound better, but okay. You just don't want to be with the man. She said, no, Melvin. He has a little fucking penis. It's not even funny. You want me to send you a picture? I'm like, no, I don't want no picture. She said, all right, but look, I just want him to. All right, Melvin, I just want you to do two things. I'm like, okay, which one we do? A breakup / love spell. I'm like, you can just break up with him right now. She said, Melvin, it's not that easy. I'm like, yes, it is, baby girl. It's that fucking easy. All you gotta do is call 911, put a PDA out, and, you know, the rest is history. But here's the crazy part she told me. She said, I would do that, but listen, all three of us work at the same job. I'm like, damn. That's some crazy stuff. That sound like some Tyler Perry shit. Like, yo, Tyler Perry should write a script about this, but no. But let's continue. So all three of them work at the same job. And I'm like, how do you have time to do what you needed to do with your side dude? She say, look, I know his schedule. He work overtime, so I do what I gotta do, and I know what time he come home. I'm like, all right, so you sneaky. So we continue with the case. We was working with it. I was working with it. I send the package off. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, her boyfriend, her main dude, was acting really strange. Talking about somebody trying to break us up. I don't know. Something not right. Somebody trying to break us up. You fucking anybody? She said, no, I'm not fucking nobody. I'm loyal to you, baby. So all of a sudden, he's acting more and more suspicious. Like, he over here looking at her underwears, sniffing her underwears, making sure he ain't smelling nobody DNA on her underwears, and making sure there's no sperm on her underwears. So all of a sudden, she calls me, Melvin, it's about to go down. He acting crazy. He over here talking about people about to somebody trying to break us up, and he don't know what the hell is going on. I said, okay, just keep me posted. I don't know what's going to happen. Just keep me posted. She said, okay, Melvin, I will. So all of a sudden, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she calls me. She like, Melvin. I'm like, what? I think something about to go down. I'm like, all right, tell me what's going on. We was in the supermarket minding our business. Then he just looked at me all of a sudden talking about if he could put a spell through you through the phone, he could put a spell on you in person. Don't worry. I'm here to protect you. I'm like, Okay, that's okay. Now we need to. All right, now we need to stay fucking alert. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. What the hell is going on? This man doing a lot of research. What's going on? She like this. Melvin, he just said that shit out of nowhere. He don't even remember what the fuck he said out of his mouth. I'm like, okay, baby girl. Look, listen. Whatever he's picking up, he don't know what's going on. But I need you to call me every day for your own safety, because I don't even think you're safe in that house no more. If he's acting like this, I don't think you're safe at all. I don't even think you're safe at all. I think the best thing you need to do is get the hell out the house. Melvin, this is my house. My name on the lease. He need to get the hell out the house. I said, well, I told you need to put a restraining order on him. I can't do that because all three of us work at the same job. I'm like, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. I said, don't come to me with that bullshit talking about some shit popped off. Don't come to me. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to put you on the block list. So all I know is that week, I'm working out. You know, you get signs and omens. Even as a root worker and a spiritual worker, you get signs and omens. So all I know is I'm going to sleep. I'm having a dream about some crazy stuff. I wake up. I go to the gym. After I go to the gym, I go to Starbucks, buy me some coffee. All I know is I see my best friend. He keep telling me, yo, let's come to my house and we're going to watch this movie. I'm like, what's that movie? He like, yo, I just got this on DVD. I'm about to show you. It was the movie called Get Out. I'm like, oh. So subconsciously, I'm picking up on it. I'm like, all right, Get Out. But before he pulled that out and before I see my best friend, I was thinking about my client the whole time. And I said, what about this? I'm like, let me think about such and such. When he pulled that DVD out, I'm like, all right, it's a sign. So all I know is I'm on YouTube watching videos. I'm thinking about my client. A suggestion popped up on one of the videos I was watching, and they had Get Out. It had a Get Out clip, and I'm like, all right, something going on. So she calls me. She's like, Melvin. I'm like, what? He acting crazy. I'm like, I think it's time for you to get out. I'm getting a lot of signs and omens all day telling you to get the hell out. She's like, Melvin. He talked to one of the co-workers, talking about he think I'm seeing somebody else, and if he do find out, he gonna hurt me. I said, hey, look, you need to leave. She said, I'm gonna pack my bags up and I'm gonna leave today. I said, baby girl, okay. She calls me, Melvin. He went to his mom's house for a day. Melvin, he went to his mom's house for a day. He said he wanted to take care of some business. He went over to his mom's house. I said, okay. Well, still got to get out the house. This is the best opportunity for you to get the hell out this house. She said, Melvin, I'm too sleepy. I'm asleep in this bed tonight. So I'm over here like, yo, I am not about to have some shit on my hands. I'm scared. I'm not scared, but I'm like, nah, fuck this. Because, I got morals. I'm like, no. So I was calling her like, yo, you need to get the hell out. I'm calling. I at least called this woman about 65 times in like 2 minutes total. She just put me on the block list saying she's sleepy or turn her phone off. So the next day she's like, Melvin, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, get the hell out the house. Some shit about to go down and you need to leave. No, Melvin, I'm going to work today. So somehow she come home from work early. All of a sudden, so her main dude come home from work, snooping around. She was in the shower. She left her cell phone in the living room. She wasn't paying attention. The man went downstairs, went in her cell phone, seen some text messages that he didn't like. The man ran upstairs in full rage, choked her. Domestic violence. Shit that I hate. Thank God for her strength. Thank God for her ancestors who was there protecting her. Thank God. Because if it wasn't for her being wet in the shower, like her whole body soaking wet, she probably wouldn't be here. So thank God for shower and wet skin. He couldn't get a full grip on her. She escaped it. She packed up. She get her keys. She run in her car, drove to her mom's house with no clothes on. The next day, she calls me. She tells me the whole story, how it all went down. And I told her, I said, I told you. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you millions and billions and billions and billions and billions and zillions of times. You cannot play with spiritual work. It is very fucking dangerous. She said, I learned my lesson. I'm like, you lucky. So in the meantime, she ain't going back to that apartment no more. She let him live in that apartment for about, that happened around September. So we gonna get to it's over now. It happened like a few months back, like 2 months ago, but we gonna continue that story. So all I know is, I'm like, congratulations, you're a single woman, and thank God that you're alive. She said, Melvin, I should have listened. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Hung up the phone. Because you're not going to stress me out and raise my blood pressure and expect me, because you understand what she did, that kind of fucked with me a little bit psychologically. So let's continue. All of a sudden, the love spells start working. Her side nigga start loving her more, being there with her, supporting her, consoling her, inviting her over to his house, putting that spontaneous excitement in her life. She was like, Melvin, I love this man so much. I'm like, okay, you love this man so much. Why do you love this man so much? She said, Melvin, I don't know. I do things for him that I would never, ever, ever do for nobody else. I think I'm sprung. I'm like, you more than sprung. You kind of dickmatized. And we start laughing. So all of a sudden, she tells me a story about how her and her lover decided to have a threesome. Her side nigga. Her and her side nigga decided to have a threesome. I know too much information, but I have to tell this story. She gave me full permission to tell the full story. So her side dude had this one girl that he met, and that girl liked the girls. She was like playing both fields. So all of a sudden, they do their thing. Too much information. Let's just say the boy, when the girl was touching him, he wouldn't stay erected. So something was working. So all of a sudden, she's just happy. They going out vacations. It's just so much lovey-dovey stuff going on. Like, it's just full-blown love. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I feel guilty as hell. I feel sorry for that dude. So all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I just sat there, I meditated, and I just kept on focusing on the sign. I need to know the full-blown truth without a reading. I need to know the full-blown truth without a reading. Why do she love this man so much? Is it because she dickmatized? Is it because he do different things? He's spontaneous, like he pay attention to her? What's going on? So one day she calls me, just busting it up with me. We laughing and everything. And I asked her this question. I said, baby girl, I need to ask you this question. She said, what's the question? I said, how long have you been seeing your side nigga for? She said, I've been seeing my side nigga for about 5 years now. And I'm like, let me ask you a question. She said, what? I said, baby girl, when you first met this man, did you really love him like that? She said, yes, I loved him fully. Like, we just had that bond. I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, we was talking about DNA and everything. I was talking about like how spells is very strong with DNA. I did a video about DNA. It's like very strong. Like that shit can get shit pushing. Like you got underwears together, that shit gets shit pushing. It's like it's strong as shit. So she tells me something like a couple years ago. She said, Melvin, I'm like, what's up? When I start messing with that man, the side guy, for some reason, he was just asking for my underwears and my bra. So I gave it to him because, you know, y'all guys like to keep souvenirs. I'm like, I mean, yeah, before I was woke, I used to keep souvenirs, but now I don't keep underwears. Like, that's so childish. She like this. And then she like this, you don't put two and two together, Melvin. I'm like, two and two together. I already put two and two together. I don't think he put a spell on you, what you trying to tell me, but thank you. So I hung up the phone. I'm sitting there like, I got the clue. I got the clue. I feel like Inspector Gadget. I got the clue. I got the piece of evidence. So all of a sudden, she started calling me, talking about how her ex-boyfriend now is going through a lot of situations, like he going through psychological issues. I'm like, all right, look, listen, I'm gonna call you back. So so what happened was, I go to this one person. I say, yo, I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right. I think you need to hop on this case before something pop off. I'm going to hop on it too, and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. He said, I don't think it's a spell under her. So he did a read, and he was like, oh my God, yo, she's under a spell, and she did not know. I'm sitting there in the table, like, what the fuck? And I'm just sitting there like, yo, you know what? I feel like Sam and fucking Dean right now in one person. Like, there's some supernatural shit. First, I'm just thinking about I'm doing a simple fucking love spell. A simple fucking love spell. Now I gotta convince her to send the shit back to me and convince her that there's a love spell on her, and just, she might not even want to hear it. She might just run away and just leave. So, and the whole time, I'm like, yo, she got the destruction jar too. That shit just still sitting there. He said, well, you need to convince this shit. You signed up for this job, buddy, so you need to do your job. I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm over here paranoid. So, like, I called her after I left the shop. I'm like, look, baby girl, I think we need to talk. She said, well, what we need to talk about? I'm like, baby girl, we need to actually fucking talk. You need to sit down and you gotta listen to everything I'm about to ask you. And you need to answer all my questions. She said, Melvin, what is it? I'm like, look, I got some good news and some bad news. What do you want to hear first? I want to hear the good news. The good news is you're safe. You're fucking safe. We court everything on time. You're safe. She said, what's the bad news? You ready to hear the bad news, baby girl? The bad news is your ex-lover did put some type of root work magic on you. And she just paused. Just like this. And all of a sudden, she said, it all makes sense now. I'm like, how do it make sense? She said, 4 years ago, I just didn't like him. I just stopped loving my main boyfriend. I just stopped loving him. I ain't know why. I just hated him. And I said, was your ex-boyfriend always crazy? She said, no. I'm like, what happened? He was just so scared that somebody was going to break us up, and he would just hound me and just protect me for something, but he didn't know, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I said, okay, it makes sense. She said, Melvin, you're so lucky. I'm like, why am I so lucky? She said, Melvin, because I was about to take the destruction jar and throw it in the river. And I said, I think you need to bring it my way so I can take care of this and do what I gotta do and destroy it, because this man is going through it. She said, I'm gonna give it to you in 2 weeks. Right now I'm on vacation. I said, okay. So all of a sudden, I go to sleep. I'm having a dream that it's a vision. It's not a dream. It's a vision that I'm walking in a house and I catch a woman in bed with another man, and I would just rage out and grab the gun, and I wake up before the gun even fire. I called the person and I told him about my dream, and he said, look, that sounds like a suicide/homicide. You need to call that woman as soon as possible, and we need to take care of this. That week, she calls me. Mad as hell. Melvin, I'm like, what? You're not going to believe this. I'm like, what's going on? My ex-boyfriend stalking me. Coming to my mom's house, asking where I'm at. Parked in front of my mom's house. Just waiting for me to come home. I said, baby girl, you need to take your ass, cut this vacation off. You need to take your ass back home so I can get this stuff. Shit about to get real. This time, she listened. She shipped it out. Next day delivery. I did what I had to do. The other person sent her some baths, did what he had to do, and she did what she had to do. All of a sudden, she just felt calm and peace. All of a sudden, she started getting her feelings for some reason. Started getting in her feelings. She calls me crying. I'm like, why are you crying? What's going on? Melvin, I'm angry. I'm like, what's going on? I found out that my ex-boyfriend, the main guy, got somebody else pregnant. And I said, baby girl, you can't get mad. This is karma. She said, but Melvin, I was under something. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You called me to do some work. We destroyed it. This is your backfire. She said, what I'm going to do? I said, if you love this man for real, work things out. We took care of everything that we had to take care of. Work it out. Found out that her boyfriend was going through so much depression. When a man get depressed, he not going to sit there and just grieve. Some people sit there and grieve. The cure of loneliness is somebody else for a man. So he did what he had to do and had fun. Got somebody pregnant. And the woman that he got pregnant looked better than my client. So she went there, talked to him. They had makeup sex, and to this day, they back together. Now, that's a crazy-ass story time. And it was worth these 20 minutes. You just can't do things, crazy things, and expect things not to come back to you. What comes around, goes around. What goes up in the air has to come back down. So that was her karma. Thank God that was her karma. Because it could have got worse. Super bad. The moral of the story is this. It was kind of my fault, and I take the blame. I'm grown. I'm honest. I take the blame. I should have did a reading before this even happened. So it was kind of my fault. But you understand, this is my first client. I was excited. I said, fuck a reading. I learned my lesson. Every case deserves a reading. Every case deserves a reading. And, you know, to females out here that want their side person or they boo thing and they got something good at home, or y'all men want something else and trying to maneuver and trying to manipulate stuff, everything always come back to you. You think you slick, but at the end of the day, karma will collect its debt. This is Melvin Brown. This is the Hoodoo Show. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.